Hey everybody, Cheryl Pace here. Thank you for joining me today for our live LinkedIn training. I've been talking to some people these last couple of weeks and they've been interested in it, so I thought I would go ahead and share this with you. So my first tip, there's basically 3 sections to this training, and I promise I'm not going to talk that long. But the first thing that you want to do on your LinkedIn profile is you want to get a professional headshot. Now, it doesn't mean you have to go out and pay for one, but you definitely want to be wearing professional attire and just make it look really nice. If people look at your profile and all they see is the silhouette of a head, that's blank, they're not going to really be very intrigued, and they're not going to be wanting to look at your profile, okay? And also, if you have, a silly picture, Snapchat filter or whatever, people aren't really going to take you all that seriously. So you want to make sure that you have a professional looking headshot. Okay. Then the next thing you want to do is in your title. Now, if you're in network marketing or if you're in real estate, I think if you're in real estate, it probably would be okay to mention your company. In network marketing, I wouldn't recommend that because you want to build intrigue. You want to create curiosity and not resistance. And what I mean by that is that when people see the name of your company, they will look it up and they'll see negative press because there's negative press about everything, right? And so they might decide instantly that they don't want to really know more about your company. So it's better just to leave your company off of that and just say that you are self-employed, all right? You also don't want to list your rank, because those ranks don't really mean anything to most people. They don't understand them. The whole ruby and diamond and level 1 and level 4 and whatever, it doesn't really mean anything to most people. Probably the most important thing you want to do is to write your bio. Now, your bio should also create curiosity and not resistance. And this is an opportunity to address some objections from the start that someone might have, and also relate to people. You can become relatable. So you want to be short and concise, but you want to mention a few different points. And these are basically the main things you want to mention. Mention the conventional job that you either have now or that you were previously in. Tell maybe a thing or two about what you liked about it, but also mention the things that you did not like about it. Okay, and usually these fall into a couple of different categories. It's either time, money, or people enjoying their job, feeling satisfied in their job. And then once you mention the things that you didn't like about your job, make sure to talk about why your life is so much better now that you're in your present situation. Okay, so for example, on my LinkedIn profile, which you are more than welcome to look at, you'll see my professional headshot. You'll see that it says Entrepreneur Motivator. And then in my bio, it just basically says, in a nutshell, that I was in education. I loved working with kids and being part of a team. But what I didn't like was being tied into that classroom and not being able to leave. I also did not like that I got paid for working 8 hours when I really worked so much more than that. And there was really no way there was a cap on my income, let me put it that way. And so I didn't really like that. But then I was introduced to the company I'm in now, where I am on a wonderful, enthusiastic, and empowering team full of people who are like-minded. Also, unlike traditional businesses, I have the possibility to actually out-earn the person above me. And I also have flexible hours and a flexible setting, which really works for me because now I can work my job around my life and not the other way around. My team is growing, my business is growing, and I'm in a position to not only replace my teaching income, but surpass it, all right? So you can improve your profile also by adding any articles that you've written or live videos that you've done. You don't have to do that, but it makes it a little more intriguing and people like to look at that. Okay, now here's the second part. Once your profile is set up, you want to start adding as many people as you can. And with LinkedIn, they refer to it as connections. Okay, you have first generation, which is people that you know, second generation, which is people who know the people you know, which basically is mutual friends. And then there's third generation, which is people that you don't know. So you want to start with your first generation. Send out as many connection requests to people that you actually know as you can. And then once they have accepted, you're going to have quite a few more mutual friends, right? And so there's a people you may know section, and that section is going to increase. Then you can start adding second generation, okay, those mutual friends. And in the people you may know section, you're going to see a picture of that person, and you'll also see the number of mutual friends you have. So the more mutual friends you have, the more chance you have in them actually accepting your connection. Now, once they do accept your connection, you want to immediately write a thank you, okay? And you want to include these three things. First of all, you want to thank them for the connection. You also want to mention a commonality. Hey, I see that we went to the same college, or hey, we go to the same church, or mention that mutual friend. And then ask a question. So how long have you been with that company? How do you like working with so-and-so? And people have a compulsion to answer questions. It's kind of like in that movie, if you ever saw it, about Roger Rabbit. They were trying to find Roger Rabbit, and he was hiding behind the wall. And the way they found him was they played on the piano, dun, 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 and he just couldn't stand it. He just had to jump out and say 2 bits, right? Well, people are like that. They have this compulsion to answer questions. And this is important because this is a way that you can start a conversation and build a rapport, right? So once you have that rapport, you can kind of get to know what the person is like. They can get to know what you're like. And you can even add them on Facebook, okay? Because Facebook is more social. They can kind of understand a little bit more what you're about. And then when the time is right, then you can talk to them about your business, okay? But you have to make sure the time is right, and you have to make sure that it's all about them. And when you do it right, the way LinkedIn is set up, great things can happen. In the best case scenario, you can start a little conversation with someone, and they will actually look at your profile and let you know, hey, what you're doing sounds kind of interesting. Would you mind giving me some more information? That happened to me today. All right. Secondly, you can network. You can meet lots of amazing, wonderful people. You can help promote their business, and then they can help promote yours, right? If you're in network marketing and real estate, your business is built on referrals. So once someone gets to know you and once they get to like you, they're not going to mind referring you. And thirdly, now that you're connected, they're going to see your posts. And that's another good way that they can get to know what you're all about. Now, here's the third part. When someone actually talks to you and they want more information about your company, you don't want to pounce on them, right? You don't want to say, thanks for the connection. You want to join my business? They'll probably run in the other direction and never want to talk to you, okay? But you do want to set up a phone call ASAP, all right? Because they can't hear the excitement and enthusiasm in your voice unless you're actually talking to them on the phone. It's kind of hard to convey that in print. So set up a phone call right away, okay? And tell them, hey, I'm available for a call today at 4 or tomorrow at 10. Which one works better for you? That way they don't have to really think about it. They can just check a box, so to speak. All right? Then, once you have that phone call, give basic information. Once again, don't overload them with facts and statistics and numbers. Tell them a general outline of what you do. Let them kind of chew on it for a while. But also remember, before the end of the conversation, set up your next appointment, okay? Which will, in most cases, be a little conference call or however your company sets it up, okay? All right. And your conversation, lastly, should only be about 10 to 15 minutes long tops, okay? You don't want to overwhelm them. that is pretty much all I have. That's the LinkedIn training. If I talk anymore, it's going to be a training about something else. So I hope you got something out of that. If you did, give me a little thumbs up, give me a comment, share this with someone that you think might benefit, and I will talk to you guys soon. I'll see you on LinkedIn. Take care.